Morning, everybody. It's Monday. Stopped snowing, and looks like it's going to be up in the maybe get up in the 40s today. So that's great news. Here's the workbench this morning before I get going, and here's the progress on the old Case 2470. I'm excited how many people are excited about the tractor. A lot of people love the 4020, but they're also saying that this Case tractor is really pretty cool too. So this morning I'm showing you the hood first, and then I'm going to take it off and kind of show you how I did it, and the front grille. And I got the wire mesh in there and the cross bracing, and I got the exhaust stack on there. So right now I'm going to bring it around this other way. You can it's still a lot of rough sheet metal work. And here you can see the exhaust stack, and now I'm building the brackets. I still got another bracket to build down there. There's a lot of stress right there on that exhaust pipe, and I'm going to put another brace on there, and then it should look better. So let me get back here just a little bit so you can see the whole shot of the tractor and the hood before I take it off, and the exhaust before I take it off. So right now I'm going to go put this back and put it in my little holder here, and see if we can't get this, figure this out real quick. So let's see where we at here. Alright, let me see if I can put that right there. Kind of give you a little bit of an idea. Right there, I think it's going good. Okay, so that should be able to get this off of here. Oh, wait. Okay, I wasn't sure how I was going to do the exhaust. It's just like everything. I don't really know until I get going started on it. But I'm very happy how it is looking so far. It's I used some 1 3/4 thin wall tubing, and what I did was I took the muffler is a little different than on the 4020, but it's the same idea. It was wide. It's not flat on the edges. It's got a little bit of a curve in it. So what I did was I started out with this straight piece of tubing here, and then I checked the measurements, and the measurements were perfect for me to put another piece of tubing beside it. So that gave me both of my curved ends. And so once I got those two pieces tack welded together, then I took a piece of 2.5 inch, and I put it in the brake, and I bent just a little bit so it wasn't flat. I put a little bit of a curve in there like a muffler has, and I did that on both sides. After I put the curve in there, then I kind of clamped it down and tack welded it and then after that I flipped it upside down, and I cut out the piece for the bottom of the muffler and that plate there, and then I flipped it around and cut out the notch for the top of the muffler and got that all tack welded in there. And then after that I cut another piece here that was going to go down, and then the 90-degree angle into the engine block. And then I got the second pipe, this little pipe here that's was on the 2470, and then I started building the support bracket. You can see then at the top the model has this exhaust tip that, I don't know if you can see it a little bit here. You can see that it kind of bends quite a bit, so the rain doesn't come in quite as bad. And I got that on there, and it still gets some more detail. It gets a couple of clamps a couple clamps that will go right here. And then, oh, and then after I cut the angle here and tack welded it, I cut some strips on this side, then I hammered them down, and then I welded them and then kind of smoothed them out a little bit. And then I took my my hand grinder and I ground the angle for the tip of the exhaust pipe. And then right now I made this piece here and I put a bend in it so it bends, so it attaches to the frame, and it's pretty solid, but there's a lot of weight there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another piece of steel and put it on this side and have it come out, go out at an angle, and then bend it, and then I'll have 3 more screws. I'll have 3 more screws there, so it'll really be solid, because this is probably the most delicate piece that's going to be on it because of how long it is. So I don't want some little kid to grab it someday and yank it off of there, so it'll be good and solid. So there's, oh, I guess one other thing. You can see how I cut the 90-degree angle here, and then I started putting the curve on it. So I cut the corner off, and then I'll take a piece of steel and I'll hammer it with a ball peen hammer to get it rounded, and then that will be welded in there. So same on this one. That's you can't bend this stuff without getting a big kink in it. So that's how I work with when I need the 90-degree angle. So then these 2 pieces here will eventually hook to the engine block. But I'm very happy. I love exhaust pipes. Very happy. Very happy how that's looking. So there's that. And then I got the hood. I got the top of the hood measured, and I got the sides. I got the front piece here cut, and got that all set in place. I still have to finish building the lower frame here. So let me see if I can get this, pull this off. I'm very happy how the hood looks too. That's gonna make her really look good. It already does. I'm very happy how it's looking. And let's see, I'm gonna the other way. And kind of show you here. I'll kind of show you what I did here. Quite a few people ask me if this is going to be radio controlled, and because it's so big. But I got my garden tractors that I drive around, so I actually have 2 radio controlled toys. I have a semi tractor trailer that's about over 2 feet long, and I have the John Deere, the 1/12 scale John Deere radio controlled tractor, but I don't think we've ever used them more than 2 times. So it just radio controlled is fun, and it's fun to watch them, but I would rather have the garden tractors that I can actually get in it and get on them and drive them. So okay, so here's the hood coming off. It's nice and sturdy. I thought I might have had to put some bracing on the edges here, and maybe a little bracing in here, but I don't. It's really solid. So here's how I did just a second here. Here's how I did the front grill. You can see on the toy here that it's got lines that going across, and then the perforated metal in there. So what I did, I tried to bend the perforated metal back and forth to get more of the right look, but I couldn't do it. So I had to do plan B. So what I did is I took some 1-inch, oops, can you see it? Maybe not. I took some 1-inch strips of steel, 18 gauge, and I bent them to a 90-degree angle, and I welded those strips on there first to get them lined, the look of the lines. And then I took the expanded metal. I'm probably goofing up here today. I took the expanded metal and put that in behind it to give it a little bit of a more realistic look. I don't know if you guys can see that for sure or not. I got the phone or the camera moved up a little bit. So then I got my spot for the radiator, where the radiator cap's going to go, and then I got my spot kind of rough marked up for the air cleaner to go. So that's kind of how that went. So very happy. I still gotta rebuild the frame here, and that shouldn't be too big of a problem. But I'm very happy how it's looking. And so let's see if we can. I just kind of wanted to show you how this is looking. And we'll get that back together. And I still got a lot to go yet. A lot to go. But I am very, very tickled. Very tickled how it's looking. So the next step will be, probably be the air cleaner and the radiator cap. Then I got a bunch of holes here to drill and put bolts in to get some detail there. And I'll probably one of the next things I'll do is get the windshield wiper up there, and then I'm going to work on the back. I got to do the back wall of the cab next. And let me see. And then I'm going to do the doorknobs too this week, or right, I don't know about today. There's the hood back on. Let's see if we can get this back on. These were a little tricky. I got to take the duals off here when I build that other bracket, but I thought maybe you guys would like to see. Let's see if I can get this on there or not. Let's see right there. There's one. I'll put two in there. Oh wait. Let's see if we can line up the second one. There we go. There. See, it's a little wobbly. I don't like that at all. So I'll put that second brace in there, because I want that's setting somewhere some little kid someday's going to grab that and yank on there to try to move the tractor with the exhaust pipe. So if nothing else, I might even weld a bolt into the back side of this and put a hole in there, a 1/4-inch bolt with a spacer, and I'll bolt that in from the inside. I think even with this other bracket, it still leaves a lot of room for somebody to bend that one way or another. So I'm just decided that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that second brace down there, and then I'm going to weld a 1/4-inch bolt to the inside of this and bolt that baby in there, and that will hold it. That'll make me happy knowing that's not going to go anywhere. So I think you got a pretty good idea now of progress. And today I think it finally started to pop for the first time with the hood on it, the grill, and the exhaust stack. So I'm very happy. Thanks for all the comments, you guys, and continue to watch the progress. Get a lot of people still, 400 or 500 friend requests still, and I apologize that people probably say, why doesn't he friend me? Because I have the 5,000 maximum and they won't give me any more. And so I apologize, but I do post the same 2 photos every day on Twitter. So if you want to go to Twitter, and I put the same pictures on there. So if you want to follow the progress, and just go to Twitter. So okay, everybody, so have a great Monday, and we'll by next weekend this old girl should be, I should have the lights on it, should have the back of the cab will be done, the fenders will all be leveled up and attached, and there's a good chance the engine will be done by next weekend, and we'll save the interior for last. So no, and the hitch too, we got to build the whole hitch assembly, and then it'll get batteries in here, little batteries, and all the details that the real tractor has. So it's, and then it'll get railings here on the sides of the fenders to grab onto, and so it's still got a long ways to go, but you can kind of get an idea of the basics, the shape of it is looking correct, you know. So okay, we'll probably catch you guys later. Have a great day. Let's see if it worked. Looks like it's still going and it didn't stop.